Good morning everyone. My name is Shivani Tyagi and I am Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Engineering Department from Ajay Kumar Gar Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, in this video, we will discuss about the topic of array from the data structure. Here is the content of data structure. So, first of all, what is the array? We will discuss what is the array, then describe the property of array and why are array required in contiguous memory locations. Then we will discuss memory allocations of array and how to access an array from how to access an element from array in contiguous memory location. Basically, again discuss the types of array. It is one type of array and second is two-dimensional of array. Then perform the basic operations of one of array, and next we will discuss row measure ordering and column measure ordering. Then in the last of this video, we will discuss about the advantage and disadvantage. So let's start. What is the array? Array means array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. That means it is a collection of similar type of data elements which can be stored in contiguous memory location. We can see this is the representations of array. It is a simplest data structures. Array is a simplest data structure where each element can be randomly accessed and stored in contiguous memory location and find out the elements from the index value. Okay, and array is a good for storing multiple value in single variables. So you can see the types, integer types array, which is the size of 10. Here is the elements of 10. That means the index value is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means different index value store the different elements. Suppose in index value of A0 is storing the elements of 35 and index value of A1 is storing the elements of 33. So let's take example of array. Suppose we want to storing the marks of the student of different subject in the array. So we do not need the different variables in array to take the storing the marks. So we can take the single variables of the integer types and store the different marks in the array. Let's see. Suppose it is the marks of the students in different subject storing in a different index value. Okay. Now discuss the property of array. Here each element in array is of the same data type and carry the same size of 4 bytes. That means the size of array of each data types is fixed. That means the size of array, each block is fixed and taking the blocks in 4 bytes. Suppose we take the integer value, so we can store the elements of 4 bytes. And elements in array are stored in contiguous memory location, from which the first element is stored at the smallest memory location. That means contiguous memory location, we want to store the element of 4, 5, 6, 7 in the addressing of A0, A1, A2 and A3. Here is the index value. And what is the position? Position is here. Position means 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it is a positions. Okay. Next, elements of array can be randomly accessed since we can calculate the address of each elements of array with the given base address and size of the data elements. That means find out the base address of the each elements of data. Why we are required array and use in different memory locations. So sorting and searching a array in array is easier. When we use array for the sorting and searching, easily search the elements and easily sorted the elements with the help of array. Array are the best to process multiple value quickly and easily. That means process multiple value quickly and easily. That means different values can be stored in a single units. Here is take the size of 4 bytes. That means different value can be stored in 4 bytes. This particular addressing. Okay. And array are store multiple value in a single variables. That means different value can be associated single variables. Okay. In computer program, most case require storing a large amount of data or similar type. So store such an amount of data, we need to define a large amount of variables. That means in array, in different case of array, we will use the one dimensional array and two dimensional array. Different row, two dimensional array, that means use the row and column, and one dimensional array, that means use a single subscript. It is the most important parts to sorting and searching and storing the multiple value on a single value. Okay. Now the memory allocations of an array. That means the data of an array are stored contiguous memory locations in main memory. The name of array represent the base address or address of the first element in the main memory, and each elements of array represent the proper indexing. So you can see here is the indexing of array. That means indexing will be start from 0. The first element of array will be start array of 0. That can be represent just like of this. Indexing of 0 can be represent the base address of 100. And one basing address, the first elements of array will be array first, that represent the base address of 104. And n base address, the first element of array can represent at the random index memory. Okay, it is the memory allocations of the array. And how to access an element array? So we require the information given below to access n random elements of the array. How to access the different element? Find out the base address of the array. So in next slide, we will calculate the address of different array. So just like in 2-dimensional and 1-dimensional, and the size of the elements in bytes, and type of indexing are follow, and how many types of indexing are follow. Okay, and the formula to be calculate the address to access an array elements. Find out the address of an element which can be used an array. Here is a 1-dimensional of array and 2-dimensional of array. So first of all, we will discuss 1-dimensional of array. In 1-dimensional array, the variables or similar data types. That means in 1-dimensional array, first of all, we will use a single subscript. That means either is row subscript or either is column subscript. Okay. So it allows random access, and all the elements can access with the help of their index value, and the size of array is fixed. You can see the memory allocations of array, different indexing value and locations of memory can be stored. Here's the elements. That means it is use a single subscript. So that means A0 indexing value which is use the location of 200 and storing the value of u. That means indexing of A is storing the value of u and the position is 200. Fine. Next is two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional means it is a use two subscript. It is use two subscript. That means two subscript means it is use row and column also. Okay. It is a lists of variables on the same data types. Can be used the elements of the same data types. If it is has a integer value, that can be use the integer, and use the character value, that can be used the all characters value. And random access all the element can be accessed with the help of their indexing value. Here is the indexing value of the row and column measure. And it can also seen the collection of 1D array. It is also known as a matrix. You can see the representations of row and column matrix. That means the two-dimensional array. And here is the indexing value taking the three column and 3 row. It is the matrix of array of 3 by 3. Represent the matrix 3 by 3 starting the indexing value 0, 1, 2 and 0, 1, 2. So find out the indexing value of block first, x into 0, 0, then 0, 1 and 0, 2. Again find out the row and second row of the indexing value 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2 and third 2, 0, 2, 1 and 2, 2. Clear? Next point, basic operations of the array. So different type of basic operation of array can be follows. First is the traverse. What is the meaning of traverse? Traverse means print the array elements one by one. So we can write in this array and to traverse the different elements in different indexing of number. And insertion means that means add an elements at a given index. That means you can insert any values just like 3 in the position of 2 and indexing value is 1. Okay, you can insert the value of 3. Deletion elements from a given index. You can delete an elements. You can delete the an elements from the array. And searching means that means you can search an elements from the array. Suppose we can search the item in 6. So find out the locations and index value of the 6. Then update. You can update an elements from array. Suppose you can update the digit of the position of 4. You can update the value of 7, otherwise 9. Okay, this is the basic operations of the traversing of array. Okay, it is a program to traverse of array. So first of all, we include the header file. We use the header file stdio.h, that means standard input and output, and apply the function of void main and takes the variables of the integer types, which is the size of array 5, inserting the elements of 18, 30, 50, 15, 17 on 12. Okay, then integer takes the I and print these elements of array. Apply the loop 0 to 5 because the this indexing value will be start 0 to 4. So that means the size of array is 5. So apply this loop, we can print the value of array. That is called the traverse of array. That can be shown the output of array of A0 location, find out 80, array of 1, find out 30, array of 2, find out 50, array of 3, find out the element of 70, array of 4, find out the element of 12. Clear? Now come to the next point, insertions of operations. Suppose we want to insert n elements. Suppose we have an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Array of 5, which is the element of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to insert this array, insert the new element in this array. Okay, insert the value of 6. You can see, insert the value of here 7. Okay, so what is the basic concept is this? In 7, in this position we want to insert the value of 7. So first of all, in this array, shifting the elements one by one. So here the space is need to insert the value of 7. Suppose we shift the element 5 in this, and 4 element is also insert in this. Then we can insert easily the element of 7. So it is the basic operations of the inserting of element. Let's take I n minus 1 and I greater than and equal to position and I minus minus. Apply the for this loop and insert the value of 7. Array I minus 1. That means shifting the elements to the other blocks. You can see here the program of start from the include studio.h, apply the integer main, and variables, different variables can be applied to the integer value, taking the size of array 20. Here is the elements that can be shown. Integer taking the variable I, x, position, and starting in the point we take the n equal to 5. So first of all we insert the elements of the array. Okay, so take the for loop for I equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus, and print this value in array. Now we want to insert the value of x equal to 50, and want to insert in position number is 4. That means position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to insert the position number 4, elements of 50, and increment the size of array, that means n plus plus. Apply the loop is I equals to n minus 1 less than equal to position and I minus minus. Then shift the elements of I equal to I minus 1, and in last print the rest of array. Okay, so you can see, first of all print the n elements of an array, then after inserting you can see the array, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In 4 position we insert the value of 70. Okay, now come to the point. You can see it here is the initialization of array. So position of 5, 10, 12, we want to shift here 12 and add the elements of 10. You can see increasing the size, that means n plus plus. Then when here is the space, then we can insert the value of 10. Here is the after inserting of the n elements of array. Now remove an array from remove n elements from array. Here is the step of the removing elements from the array. So you can see, first of all the step, take the input size of array using number and then declare the position variables to define the position, and I represent the counter. That means we want to define the position, we want to delete the elements. Then apply the loop and insert the elements and array until I less than number it satisfied. Then step 3, input the position of a particular elements that the user of program want to delete from array. So you can find out the location. That means 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is the array. So we want to delete the 5 locations. 5, that means position number 2. We want to delete this element which is the position number 2. Okay. Then compare the positions of the element from the total numbers of element n plus 1, and if the position is greater than n plus 1, the delete element is not be processed. That means if the position is greater than n plus 1, if position is greater than n plus 1, that means no delete operation to be performed. As remove a particular element and shift the rest elements position to the left side in the array, and display the resultant array after the removals of the element. You can see the example of the array. Suppose this is the original list, this is the original array. So we want to delete the array of 10. Here we want to delete the elements of 10. When delete these elements, here is the space is occupied and this is the garbage collection. So we want to shift the element of 7. Okay, you can also apply the for loop. Okay, n greater than equal to position minus 1. Okay, and I less than n I plus plus. You can use the apply this formula. You can see the programs how to delete elements from array. Here takes the header files and apply the functions of integer main, then declaration of the integer types of variables. Here is the size of 50 and different variable to be described with the integer, position, I and number. First of all, print the n elements of array. We have the different elements with the size, and first print the different elements. Here scan percentile die end of number value and print the elements. For inserting element one by one in array. So here is inserting elements of array one by one. I equals to 0, I less than num I plus plus, and then print the value and scan. Enter the position array you want to delete. That means here is only printing the elements. So describe the elements you want to delete. So print define the position of array elements where you want to delete. Then scan to the positions. Here check where the delete is possible or not. If already we have discussed, if the position is greater than n plus 1, that means deletion is not possible. Then apply this loop, that means I equals to position minus 1 and I less than number minus 1 I plus plus. That can be delete of the elements and shift the elements array in the other indexing value. And last, find the rest of array, print the rest of array in the elements, different types of elements. So display the final elements, apply the for this loop I equals to 0, I less than number minus 1 and I plus plus. Print the value of array percentile d. That means we use the integer type of value, so use the percentage of d. Printf, print the value and return. You can see enters the 8 elements of array, and define the positions of array you want to delete. That means 5. In fifth position, we want to delete some elements, and after deletion you can see the final array. Okay. Now come to the points of two-dimensional of array. That means two-dimensional array can be defined as array. That means it is use a two subscript. That means your two subscript means row and column. 2D array is organized as a matrix that can be represented as a collections of row and column. Here you can see the 2D representations of array. Okay, that means here is the n-1 columns and n-1 is row. Here is the index value of different row and column. Okay, so 2D array can be find out to the different row major ordering and column major ordering. Here is a program to print the matrix to 3x3 matrix. So first of all, take the header files and takes the integer of array 3x3, initialize the value of I and j, and apply the loop of 0 less than 3 and I plus plus. Okay, and this is the loop for I and this is the loop for j. Again apply the loop of j equal to 0 less than 3 and j plus plus, and print the value of I and j, and the last scan the value of I and j and print the elements for I equals to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. Printf the value of these elements and this matrix of element, and apply the for this loops j, print the value of j. So we can see here is the matrix of 3x3, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Here is the representation of the matrix 3x3, which is a 3 array, 3 row and 3 column. Okay, that next slide we will discuss the mapping of 2D and 1D array. And 2D array exists from the user point of view, and find out the row major ordering and column major ordering. 2D array are create implement a relational database table, look like data structure in a memory. The storage techniques for 2D is a similar to that of one-dimensional array. The size of two-dimensional array is equal to the multiplication of number row and the number of column represent the array. We do not need to map two-dimensional array to one-dimensional array in order to store them in the memory. You can see the mapping of the two-dimensional and one-dimensional array. Here is the column indexing and here is the row indexing, and find out the indexing number with the help of mapping. That means 0 0 0 1 0 2 1 0 1 1 1 2 2 0 2 1 and 2 2, and find out the row major ordering. In row major ordering, all row of 2D array are stored into the memory contiguously. That means in different types of row, we can be insert in here the index value in the contiguously. Okay, and in this figure the memory allocation according to the row major ordering. That means here is the row that can be stored the index value of A00, A01 and 02. That means the first row is complete. Then start the second row 10, 11 and 12. Here is the second row to complete, and then start to the 20, 21 and 22. Here is the third row complete. So then find out the addressing of the row measure of ordering. Suppose let us a matrix of 3 by 3. Okay, that means row equals to 3 and column all equals to 3. Made this matrix of 3 by 3. That means inserting the value of base address. Base address, that means integer takes the bytes of 4. That means the value will be start 100, 104, 108. Okay, here is the base value of different array. So here is the indexing value 0, 1, 2, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so here is the index of 0, 0, A 1, sorry, 0, 0, 0, 1, A 0, 2, and here is the A 1, 0, A 1, 1 and A 1, 2. Here is the 2, 0 and 2, 1 and 2, 2. Here is the index value which is stored to the base value. So find out the address of the row major ordering. Row major ordering, though all matrix that can be considered at the row major, that means this row major. Okay, so apply the formula of this. We can find out I equal to 3 and j equal to 3. That means it is a 3 3 by of matrix, and base value equals to 100 because the base value will be start from 100, and I equals to 3. N is the size of matrix. The size of matrix N equals to 3. That means column, and j equals to 3 multiply size. Size equal to, what is the size? Size equal to 3. Okay, so apply the formula of A matrix of 3 and 3. Okay, find the positions. So the I value is 2 and j value is 1. So apply this formula. A 2 1 base value is 100 plus I value is 2 multiply the size of array 3 plus j value is 1 and the size of array, the size of and the size of W is 3. Okay, 100 plus 6 plus 1 multiply 3, 100 is 121. Okay, find out the value of base address. So we can find out calculate the matrix and find out the value of base address. Next, come to the point of row major ordering. That means according to the row major ordering, we can find out the column major. Column major means, that means the value of indexing A1, A21, A31, A12, 22, 32, 13, 23 and 33. Find out the indexing value. Find out the column major order. That means 0 0 and 0 1 and 2 0. That means first column is to be completed, and 1 2 yani ki 0 1 1 1 and 2 1, that also be second column is to be completed. Third point is 1 3 2 3 and 3 3. That means third column is to be completed. You can find out the same formula and different formula which is use the base address, J, M, I and size. That is the base address, and find out the size of the array of the matrix, and M is the row value. Here we can, there is a row matrix order, we can use the column value, and I and J is the matrix of I and J. And the last, advantage of array. Advantage, the different advantage of array here. Array provide a single name for the group of variables of the same types. That means it is provide a single name, there are different group of variables, okay, in the initializations of array. It is easy to remember the name of all the elements of array. And traverse of array is very simple process. You can search any elements, you can sort any elements in array. Also, so traversing is very simply, you can use an array. Any elements in array can be directly accessed by using the index, okay. If you want to access an elements, so you can check with the help of indexing value, okay. At the last, what is the disadvantage? That means it is a homogeneous. That means it is a collection of similar data types of elements. That means we can use, if we want to use the integer value, so store the integer value, and if we want to use the character value, so store the different character value. That is called the homogeneous, okay. And in array, there is a static memory allocations, because all size are fixed in memory, so we cannot change any size of the array. That is called the static memory. And there will be wastage of array if we store less number of elements than the declared size, okay. So wastage of memory, we store the less number. Suppose in array we want to store the some number, so waste of the memory, that means the array, it is a some drawback of the array. Thank you.